So guys, welcome to Ongaku Duel or Music Battle, where we are going to take two intros of one specific genre or theme and we'll judge it, analyze it, dissect it like a nice surgeon and decide which one's superior. Now we have four bases of criteria for the songs, which are complexity, originality, catchiness, and playlist worthy. Because a song might be like super complex and interesting, but might not be playlist worthy or might not be that catchy. So we're here to decide which intro, in our opinion, is superior. Today's theme or today's genre is hard rock. So we selected the theme. Miss Christina has brought her intro into the fold. I have brought my intro into the fold, and we will listen to it, digest it, dissect it, analyze it, and we'll tell you, in our opinion, at the end, after we rate it, which one is superior. So with that said, let's go with your intro, which is the intro for Fire Force, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not just any intro for Fire Force, it's opening to Mayday.
I know you like it.
Yeah. All right. My guy can shred the guitar, let me tell you. I need to hear that again. That like it had such an ominous marching thing to it, and then
Mhm.
the guitar in the background is not going like beady, 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 it's just like
Yeah.
holding one single note, gives it this like awe. Okay,
Tension.
I'm digging it. And just by the way, this cathedral looks like a cathedral near my house in Mexico. I'll show you later, but I was
Oh,
just like,
wow.
oh look, that's the thing. Bring me the horizon, bitch.
Yes.
Take what you got and leave now. You're wearing out your welcome. Nobody wants you, don't you? Your crooked desire that doesn't exist.
I was not wrong with Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on.
Okay. Pierce the Veil, Bring Me the Horizon,
Yeah.
Motionless in White, like combine the best shit into this. Okay, gotta hear that again. Okay, so what I'm hearing right now is a very good mix of their instruments. Usually, when I hear metalcore or new progressive rock or anything like that, the bass is kind of like drawn out. Like you can't really make up what the bass player is doing. Um, but here, all the instruments are good, like they're one with each
Mhm.
other. So so that's interesting. I like that. I like the fact that there's a good division between instruments. The I was not expecting English. I was not expecting English
Yeah.
for the vocals.
It's
So
very interesting, I know.
mhm. Okay, and the drums, they're not overly complicated. They're using a little bit of double bass, but they're not using it like just just for the sake of using it. It actually has a
Mhm.
rhythm to it, and I appreciate that. I do appreciate it. So let me appreciate it again.
Take what you got and leave now. You're wearing out
Okay,
yeah.
second vocals.
From danger.
This is taking me back to Hot Topic. Let me tell you.
Yes.
It's trying to watch it burn. Try to see it just to burn it down.
Okay. I'm intentionally not looking at the visuals and just like trying to listen to the music, just in
Yeah.
case I do watch this show.
Mhm.
I mean, we have yin and yang right here fighting or something. I'm just
Mhm.
going to guess that they're brothers and they're fighting over who gets to play the Nintendo Switch. But no, I gotta say though, the build-up was very good. I do appreciate a break in a song, especially a rock song.
Yeah.
Like,
It can be so, like, overwhelming and just so much.
mhm.
I'm a huge, like, in music at all. If it's very intense, there's a silence, a break, and then it comes back in just as hard, that gets me even more excited. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that. Like, it's my
Oh yeah.
favorite technique.
100%. So I really love the fact that they did here. But the problem for me, and this is where I'm going to deduct a point, and this is legitimate, the chorus didn't come on a double time. It just
Mhm.
stayed with the kind of the tempo of the build-up.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like a fast headbang. It was, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it was like
Kinda
one,
1.5.
two,
Yeah.
three. So I wanted to go into the mosh pit, but
Uh-huh.
instead they forced me to get the lighter and just go like this.
So I will say, in the full version of the song, you would
Mm-hmm.
like it more. The full version, you
Mm-hmm.
would like more because they definitely do some skipping around to get the big moments.
Okay, okay, okay. But maybe I just, and that's the thing. Like, that's why we're listening to it multiple times, because
Mhm.
we gotta we gotta analyze this shit and be
That's
objective.
right.
I just,
I know you've seen her. She is on everyone's waifu list now. Captain Hibana, excuse me?
there's a fucking bee inside my house.
Ah!
Speaking of bees, my God, I would not have minded if she got me the bees and the flowers talking. If you know what I'm saying. Holy shit.
And she certainly would.
Okay, we're judging music. We're not judging anime titties. All right.
I did this on purpose.
Save yourself like you always do. Every bridge we pass,
That we're out of.
you wish you only heard
Can
us
pick it up.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I have feelings about it. I think I liked it more and I liked it less at the same time, because specifically because of the chorus. They made a break, and that was my main complaint about the song. The fact that after the break, here right before the chorus,
Save yourself like you always
right here,
do. Every bridge we pass,
they have that out of tempo thing going on, and it just kind of confuses me, and I wish they could have kept the intensity. They pick it back up immediately, but the fact that they just changed, just as you know, I don't like to believe, I don't like to be like hyped to then be like, oh, confused a bit. But
I'm holding my tongue so hard.
hey,
Just really tightening these lips because I so disagree, but it's okay.
this is my opinion, and I'm being unbiased here. The song in general is freaking good.
Chat will definitely let you know.
The chat will let
We'll
me know.
let you know.
In terms of in terms of complexity, it definitely has a decent amount of points. Again, the structure of the song is similar to many songs of this genre, but the fact that it switches back and forth, and the guitar is doing its own thing, as a little further away from the bass and the drums. The bass and the drums are actually giving the song a lot of body, and the guitar is just being there, like this ominous, like it's going on very sharp notes. It's not just going like following the pace of the drums and the bass. So that adds complexity points. Originality, it is original. I have to admit, even though I don't like how after the break before the chorus goes into the chorus, that is original. It's not just a regular 4x4.
Okay,
Like they,
you get brownie points back from me personally because yes,
yeah, I mean, again, I'm
just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it's not. You see it for what it is. Thank you. I
exactly.
appreciate you for that.
Yeah, like I have to give points, credit where credit's due. So, definitely, even though I don't like it, it's very original. They go on a out of tempo right into the chorus. So that gives originality points. Catchiness, very catchy, 100%.
Hmm.
I mean, I could listen to that intro part, to those vocals all day, no problem. I could listen to the build up. Once you get used to the chorus, yeah, you fall back into the groove.
Hmm.
For me at least. And is it playlist worthy? 100%. It is playlist worthy. It is 100% playlist
Yeah, and
worthy.
really, I think you will love the full version. I'm starting to get like a sense for the type of music you like the longer we've known each other. I
Yeah.
really think you're going to appreciate the full version even more. I mean, unfortunately, it's so funny. Even the best of anime openings somehow get better when you listen to the full one. And
Yes.
it's like when they're piecing them together for the show, you're like, but why didn't you use this part? Why didn't you use this part? And so it's like I wish I could be like an opening maker. Like I want to be the one who trims it for the opening
Oh,
because
okay, okay, okay.
sometimes they miss such cool stuff from the full song, and I'm like,
So now that now I have my rating. I have written it. I have written my rating, and it's going to stay here. I'm not gonna touch it. My hands are up. I'm not going to change it. It's now the turn for my contender to come into the fold. So if you would be so kind to share your screen,
oh
share your
yes.
audio. So for my contender for hard rock, I'm bringing the opening for Vinland Saga. Something you haven't watched, to my understanding.
I have not a single episode.
Okay, you'll probably like it. It's very good. It's very very very
I've
good.
heard good things. That's why it got moved up on the watch list. So I
Mhm.
think it'll be the next thing I do.
So just FYI, now she's got the control. She is sharing her audio and everything. She's gonna be pausing and analyzing to her heart's content. Now the audio quality may drop a bit because now the the audio interface is coming from hers, from Christina's. But regardless, it's
You
you
ready
who
to
are
do
listening
it?
it right.
All right. You ready to go?
Let's go, bitch.
Okay. I'll try not to be. I'm very competitive. So I'm going to try to be very objective. It's just music, it's
Yeah.
not a competition. Okay. Okay, so far,
Hmm.
digging it. It hasn't like picked up yet, but I really like the subtle guitar. I really like the singer. I like the singing so
Hmm.
far. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's keep going.
All right.
English, English. See,
English.
English. Okay, I'm feeling like similar vibes almost to like what I did. I think mine went a little bit harder, but I
Hmm.
really liked. I'm watching the visuals. I don't even care if about spoilers, but I really liked when he like came at the camera. I want to see that again. That was a really cool like lead up.
Hmm.
Okay, drums, get it. Okay. Okay, drums, I hear you right where I stopped. Very cool. The singing is nice.
Hmm.
I really like it. Let me go back a little bit more.
Hmm.
It goes so fast. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I am a big fan of that halftime movement. Mine kind of
Hmm.
had that too, where it just kind of gets cut right in half there.
Yeah, like the breakdown.
Yeah, I am a huge sucker. Definitely like the vocals that are kind of more calm and muted versus the music that's going a lot harder. I
Hmm.
really like that contrast. And then, like I feel like it pulls at your heartstrings. Like I have no idea what is happening in the show,
Hmm.
but whatever it is pulling at my heartstrings. I'm thinking this person has been through something and it's emotional, and he's like staring at his dagger, and like the combination of the music and visuals is really cool. But it's definitely, even without visuals, I think giving me a very like nostalgic, pensive, like just something's eating away at your heart. I don't know. I really like it so far.
Very fucking interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just gonna say like,
Yeah, I feel like he's going through some inner turmoil of sorts.
interesting.
Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, the guitars is going off in the background. Took me a minute to really point that out. Okay, going back a little more. So don't just listen to the vocals like I've been doing. Who knows what they're even saying? Not me. But pay attention to that guitar in the background is really going off, and it's very tasteful too. Like you were saying earlier, it's not like they're trying to overtake and every instrument's like fighting for attention.
Mhm.
It's, it's got its nice background moment in there. It's really cool. I love that. I know most people don't look at a violinist or at me, like wearing a pink Pokemon flower sweatshirt and go, "Oh, she must love screamo. Look at her. She's just an emo girl." Like, I am fangirling. That was some quality screamage, and I like it. Let's go.
Mhm.
Let's do it again. Oh, I love that ending.
Yep.
Where it just gets more like, instead of actually like screaming for the music, it's just speaking. And that's
Mhm.
very like that. It reminds me of the Attack on Titan one you had me watch, where it's just that first scream is like very raw and emotional and like matches the visuals.
Mhm.
I really like the whatever he's saying at the end. He's got something to say, and it's very important.
He's saying something.
And he's hurting, man.
Mhm.
Wow. I really like that.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to lose, but I really like it. Okay. I would say that it just has a really slow start. If I have to say one negative thing,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
that it starts a little slow, but it
Mhm.
it does develop really well and
Mhm.
ends really well. Like this vibe is so different than the way it ends.
Yeah.
And this seems like that transition right there is very typical anime intro. Like, we're gonna start real soft and get a little bit harder and oh, really, I can hear the lyrics a lot better this time. Very interesting. So I would say for a little bit, it's kind of predictable. But then
Mhm.
once it gets to the chorus and on, it is just so good. It's
Mhm.
just so nice. And it's not as predictable, which I hate to use predictable as a word because once you do enough music and you hear enough and you know enough, a lot of things are predictable. Music is a pattern and there's a
Mhm.
standard that people uphold, but it's still really good. Like, that is a very tiny con. Tiny. That is
Mhm.
not like a big deal to
No, I
me.
mean, be as honest as you want. Like, hey,
Yeah,
that's what
it
we're
is
here for.
still just so enjoyable. Yeah. Yeah, and I really like, because I don't speak Japanese, obviously, but we've all heard a lot of Japanese speakers and openings, depending on what we've watched and seen. The way they're singing in Japanese is not like a tone that I've like heard before. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Like, I've heard Japanese screamo music, I've heard like rap, I've heard the rock, but the way this guy's singing is really interesting to me. Like the tone and the way he pronounces his words and everything. I really like it. It's like his vowels are like really soft. I don't know. Like I feel like Japanese so teta to takaba, and this guy's very like his voice is very back instead of forward. Yeah, this is something I would listen to in the car. Like this is going on the playlist. I love it. Okay. Wow. I forgot how good it was.
Yep.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that. Okay. Definitely. It's so funny how the things we picked are almost kind of similar. Like, I know they're not the same, but a lot of the things that I'm going to say about this one are probably very similar to what you think about that one.
Okay.
So as far as originality, I feel like it's almost unfair because some rock songs tend to follow a certain pattern and the way they clip anime openings, you know, picking parts of the song to go in the anime opening are to fit what visual narrative that they want to do. But I think they clipped a lot of sections of the song so that it's always changing. So I really do like that. I feel like we always in the anime intros have the little softer intro, we're meeting the character, and then the story's building, and then you have the climax of the chorus, and then usually it just kind of ends. But this one at the end adds in that kind of screamo section that really I was not expecting. Like, you know, they play the chorus kind of twice through. You're like, all right, I'm starting to know what this chorus sounds like. Okay, I could hum along. I could almost sing along if I knew the words, whatever. And then the screamo comes in, and that actually adds to the originality for me. Because I'm telling you right now, we could listen to 10 openings and it would be softer intro, building building verse, and then just catchy chorus. And that's it. But this one kind of went a little further and added to the ending, which to me made it a little more powerful and impactful. So I really do think it gets a high score for originality. Complexity for me, not as high, although I really did appreciate a lot of the guitar and drum things in there that is typical of rock music. So it gets like a high-ish score on complexity, nothing too crazy. The vocals were pretty like what you would expect, I think. I think the vocals are the thing to me, besides the screamo. That was awesome. That was really cool to be added in. But when he's singing, I feel like it's very to be expected and nothing like crazy, beautiful, high pitched, not super complex in a vocal way, but instrumental way could have had a little more, but it was still pretty good. And catchiness for sure. Like, I mean, I've only listened to it twice now. This would be the second time. And I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, like this is how the chorus goes. And like I was getting excited. I haven't even seen the show. So catchiness for sure. It's definitely got its catchy value. Love it. Playlist worthy? Absolutely. Like, I'm glad I didn't add it to my playlist this week because I would have probably had a way different score. But no, it's after this, it is going on the playlist. I really, really like it. And I am going to watch this very soon.
Okay. So let's do a recap and we'll show our scores. So again, for Fire Force, in terms of complexity, originality, catchiness, and playlist worthy, I had pretty high scores for them. Again, even though I did not like the chorus entering in and out of tempo because it kind of like killed my groove, killed my mojo. It was very original to do because it kind of broke the pattern. So have to give credit where credit is due. Playlist worthy 100%. Originality, yes. Complexity, complex enough. It's not as easy as it seems to. The first time I listened to it, I was definitely just like, oh, okay, yeah, just another like type of metalcore song. But no, paying attention more into it, the instruments are way more complex than I first realized. And catchiness, 100%. So mixing all of that together into my mix, it's going to go with an 8.6.
Wow. Okay, now question. If I'm rating it all on a scale of 1 to 10, playlist worthy. If it's a yes, does that automatically a 10? And if it's no, is it automatically like a 5 or a 0?
No. That's just part of it. Just like
Okay. Okay. I'm just making sure my score is good. Okay, because my scores were for Vinland Saga, the opening. Originality, I gave it a 7.5,
okay.
just because it was slightly predictable in the way that it built.
Mm-hmm.
Complexity, an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Catchiness, an 8. Playlist worthy, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, plus my playlist worthy points, it gets a solid 8.5.
Damn, that was close. That was close.
Really close. They're both so good.
They're very, 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 very good. But now we have the one to reign superior between Fire Force and Vinland Saga. We have Fire Force. And obviously you guys in the chat, let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinion. Let us know which one do you think is superior. Let us know also which other ones you want us to bring into the ring. Remember, we're doing this by theme or genre. The theme for today was hard rock. Now, these are not the only hard rock songs. We'll do more hard rock in the future.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
So let us know. Like and subscribe and do all that shit. All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you in the next
Bye.
Ongaku Duel.